It's really hot in this room. Anyway, welcome to another video. Today we are going to do something different. I see Ellen Catherine, I think her name is. It's this beautiful person here. And she does a scavenger hunt every month or so. And I just thought that would be such a fun, cute idea to find some books to read. You guys can kind of see what books I own a little bit. Just like the TBR videos. I love that you guys can see like what books I own, which ones I'm choosing between, and yeah. I think a scavenger hunt will be pretty similar. So I've written down some questions, and with those questions you go to the second book, and then at some point you're out of the questions and we have the book that we are going to read in this video. So I'm really new with this. I'm a little bit figuring things out, so it's probably not the most logic video. It's definitely not a video that you would see Ellen do, because she's pretty good at this. She's really good at this scavenger hunt thing, and it's super fun to watch. So okay, the first question is the last book you read, which is A Madness of Sunshine, and the second question is a cover that has similar colors, which is kind of insane, which we definitely need to search. And I, by the way, made sure that most of the questions are like not in depth of like what's in the book, because I just don't have that. I haven't read most of these books. No. It's a very specific color scheme. It gives the same vibe, but it's definitely not the same color. No. This is starting to look a little similar. Bridge Kingdom. I think Bridge Kingdom is the closest from what I can tell. So we're choosing the Bridge Kingdom. I don't know how I did this. I tried. Okay. Anyway. Let's see what the next question has in store for us. An author with the same letter. Her name is Danielle L. Jensen. So something with a D. This is kind of difficult. Wait a second. No. I can't find any. It's definitely not in this bookcase, so then we have to turn around to that one. I found one. We have Danielle. An author with the same letter is David Nichols. Okay, next question. A title that has the same amount of letters. Okay, so it's called One Day, which is 6 letters. So we need to find a title with 6 letters. It's 6 letters. What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. 6 letters. That's actually kind of hard. Oh, Baby was 5. So close. I was so close to having it. I found one. Hamnet. Hamnet. Yeah, Hamnet. That has the same amount of letters. Ooh. Cool. Okay, great. Next question. Same amount of pages. Okay. Okay. So obviously it's not acknowledgement, it's also not out of time. 367. 367. 308. 373. This is a keeper. Let's find something that could be closer. No. 400. 400. 377. I still think that bunny is closest, so I'm gonna go with bunny. The next question will be same cover style. Okay. This is kind of like I don't think I have anything similar to this. It's kind of pixely. It's kind of like pixels. If you look at the bunny, maybe Wild Love. Hear me out. Okay? I'm so sorry about the noise now, but my camera is overheating. Hear me out. It's orange, but pixel. It's pink, but pixely. Can you tell? It has pixels. I'll choose this one. Wild Love. Go to page 19. The first word is the title. Page 19. First word is the title. My. My oh my. Something with my? I don't think I'm gonna find anything with my. Okay, let's find another words on this in this sentence, okay? My fingers twist in my lap, a cup of tea forgotten on the counter before me. Twist, cup of tea forgotten. Okay, this is just a really difficult one. How about I find a book with the first letter of the first word? So that would be M. No way. I was saying my as like the first page, right? And I literally just saw my year of relaxation. My year of rest and relaxation. My... Yes, okay, let's go. Wow, okay. My brother came by. Where were we? Same amount of chapters is the next question. And then we only have 2 questions left. Alright, same amount of chapters. Well, from what I believe, there aren't many chapters in this. We have 5. I'm guessing 6, 7 chapters. I have a feeling I need to look at like the fiction books because I know fantasy books have quite a lot of chapters. Maybe a Sally Rooney. Okay, it wasn't a Sally Rooney book. It was Kim Ji-young, born 1982. Book, great book. It has this amount of chapters. 6. Perfect. Some objects of cover. Well, this cover only has a face. So I'm guessing I'm gonna look for something that has a face in the way of cartoony. Maybe I can find a face with no eyes, mouth, nose. I have a feeling that's more of a romance kind of theme because lots of fantasy books do have persons on them, but they do look very realistic, if you know what I mean. Maybe. Here we don't see a face, but it doesn't feel like cartoony enough, you know? Like this feels cartoony. So I think I am gonna look at the romance. I found something. I found none of this is serious. Didn't I do a great job? I feel like I did a great job. So, last question. A spine that has the same color. Purple? There isn't much of books that have a purple. I found some similar colored ones, and I saw that we had, it's not very purple, is it? I definitely don't think that that's purple enough. Well, if we look at it like that, so obviously this is the book that we need to find a cover for, and this is the only thing that I can kind of figure that could fit together, and I'm thinking it's actually this one that fits the best. You know? Because this just doesn't give it. I think I'm gonna go for this one. Yeah. Okay, we're choosing this one, which is called 1,000 Heartbeats. It's from the same writer who wrote the Selection books, and those books were in my on my TBR for ages. I bought it like when I was at the end of high school, I think, and I never read it until like last year or the year before that. Well, anyway, in the last 3 years I've read it, and I absolutely adored that series. Like, it was so cute, easygoing, definitely like just like a simple cleanser in between. You know what I mean? Like a little feel good. It was a little feel good. It wasn't too deep. It was just easy going, and I loved that. So then I saw that she also wrote this one, and I was like, let me just buy it. And again, it's been in my closet in my closet? No, it's been not in my closet. It's been on my bookshelf for ages. Let me read the back to you. Love has a sound. It sounds like 1,000 heartbeats happening at the same time. Princess Annika has lived a life of comfort, but no amount of luxuries can change the fact that her life isn't her own to control. Soon she will be forced by her father into a loveless marriage with a duke called Nicholas for political gain. Meanwhile, miles away, small comforts are few and far between for Lennox. Living with his banished clan, the Darainans? I don't know. Lennox has devoted his whole life to helping his people try to take back the throne from Princess Annika's father. But then Annika and Lennox's worlds collide, and when love against all odds finds them both, they are bound by its call. They can't possibly be together, but the irresistible thrum of 1,000 heartbeats won't let them be apart. Anyway, this is what we're gonna read in this video. Oh, that's adorable. 1,000 Heartbeats I will be reading. That's so good. That's so good, because the other one, the Selection, has been on my shelf forever, and I was literally worrying that this was gonna be on my shelf forever. I'm so excited. I hope that this is as easy and cute to read as the other books were. Let's start and read this. I'm so excited. Oh, dit is wel heel erg. Ow! Ow! I am now 95 pages in, and I am not sure about it. I am going to keep reading, so don't worry about that. I'm not really vibing with it yet, and I think it's because it's going quite slow. I mean, I'm 95 pages in, and literally nothing has happened. Nothing much has happened. She met her fiance, which is Nicholas, who's an absolute bore. Like, I kind of feel sad for her. And apparently there's this guy in the library called Red, I believe. And he really likes her and wants to get engaged and run away from the castle. And her brother, who's the crown prince, says that he's totally okay with that if she does that, but she has a sense of duty and she feels like she needs to be there for her brother. And with Lennox, the only thing I know from him is that he needs to go on a mission. His mom is a bit weird. His dad died, and now he works for some man who his mom is with, which is like kind of like a general, or supposedly the actual real king or something like that. But he needs to do this kind of assignment for him, but I'm still not really sure what the actual assignment is, except that he said we're gonna change the assignment and we're gonna steal the crown. And who wears the crown? Obviously the girl called Anika, the princess. So I wanted to go a little bit faster, but I also saw last night, thank God, that it was on Storytel, so that's really nice. So I can just listen to it while I may be playing a game. So this is kind of my thought. Anyway, I'm going to lay in bed and listen to my book. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but I cut my hair even shorter. I don't know if it looks any better, but I finished my book. Let me just start with like the star rating of this, because it is a 3-star, 3.5, to be honest. Like I feel like I just can't give it like a 4-star, because I don't think that I actually don't really understand my own rating, to be honest. What I thought of this book was it was super easy to read. It was very fast paced. It was yeah, I think that's like pretty much how it kind of sums up the book. Like it's just really fast. It's a bit that you're like, oh, we're very quickly going through all of this. I want to say it's almost like a little bit I mean, obviously it's not insta love, because she does hate him in the beginning because he did some things that I would never forgive someone if that person did that to me, to my family. Like she forgives everyone and everything just like her mom, but honestly that also kind of annoyed me because I felt like it was a little unrealistic in that way. Like I don't know, it was just everything went by very quickly. They pretty much fell in love in like 2 full days together where they were stuck. And yeah, after that it's kind of just like the story about, yeah, he kind of hates her because he knows that his kind of people are actually the actual leaders, like the actual people who are allowed to be on the throne, and she isn't. She's a part of a family that took over the throne and never gave it to them and just banished them. You kind of learn how that happens, but that went so quickly. Like I would have loved it if it went in a little deeper on that, and if we just didn't go so fast, you know, like we went really fast. We've suddenly found the books that we needed. Also, I feel like there were a lot of manipulative guys, men in this. One of them her fiance, then her brother is like an he seems like such a nice guy because he looks like he acts like he really loves his sister, but in the end he just left her alone at some point, and it's just like, this is like one of the most hardest time in her life and you're just leaving her to deal with this whole country while you're actually the heir of the throne. Like, you need to be in that place, not your little sister. Not, even though she's capable of doing it, she needs someone behind her, you know? She needs someone that cares for her in a different way than just being a queen. So I got really annoyed at her brother. I was literally like, dude, this, no, you cannot. So anyway, and then we had one of the librarian guys. He was in love with her, and it was literally like, it was like this one kind of love, like, Noah, she's not allowed to love anyone else, she's not allowed to like anyone else, and it became like this whole big ordeal. But he started off kind of cute, that I was like, oh, he's cute, he's confessing his love, and then he just kept going. Like, every time she saw him, he was talking about how much he loved her, and he knows that she can't choose him because of her duties. And it was just like, okay, you said it once, like, we don't need to hear it every single time. Like, is it so definitely didn't enjoy that dude. So I feel like all of these things kind of together gave it to me that is like a 3.5. A 4, I just didn't enjoy it enough to make it a 4. Like, a 3.5 is that it was pretty good, it was fine, it was good, but it wasn't like any deal breaker, but it wasn't like anything amazing. But I would definitely say, if you kind of want to have like this whole royal kingdom and a little bit of enemies to lovers, but you don't really like it like very deep and very traumatic like some other books can be, like fantasy can be a little bit traumatic. This is definitely like something that I would tell you like to read if you want something fast-paced, easy to read. There were moments that I was like laughing, and there was a moment where I was like, oh, this is actually kind of sad. It didn't bring me to any tears or something, but it was definitely like there were still like deeper moments in this. It just went by very quickly. Like, we definitely weren't standing still by any of those moments. But yeah, but yeah, it was fine. It was okay. Yeah, that was my review rant of A Thousand Heartbeats by Kiara Cass. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.